Hi guys, how's it going? So something a little bit different today is I'm doing my 30 things from 30. 20's still grasping on. But I'm one of those things that I wanted to do was I wanted to track my family tree, and I started it on Ancestry. But I wanted to do, even though I've seen mixed things about whether I should because of data and stuff, but I'm doing it because it's on my 30 for 30, take my data, whatever. I want to do my DNA with Ancestry. So it helps you, I think, track where your sort of DNA comes from, so it can help track that. And if anyone else is registered, I think, to Ancestry, it helps you match with them. So I thought I'd just do a vlog of my experience with it. So this will be me. I've just got the box. I ordered it. It was 70 quid, I think, something like that. A little bit expensive, but I think if you can find out something interesting, I thought, why not? It's on my list. And it was one of those things that I can do pretty quick. So I was like, it's something that I can actively do. So here is the box. It arrived in the post. So about a hand size, not super big. And the first thing it says is to activate your kit. So I've got it loaded up online before I start. So let's unbox. So on here, there's like instructions of what to do. So you've got like what to do, how to activate it, and you've kind of got like a step-by-step on there as well of what to do, which is nice. And then here is the response paid preset box, which I'm assuming that I post back in the post. Great, so inside you've got like a little manual again, I think telling you what to do. You've got this bag, I think, to send things off. And we've also got the actual tube as well. So I'm firstly gonna activate it online first. So once you've activated it, I'm gonna go through the processes of what I think I'm supposed to do. I won't include the video of me spitting into a tube though, because it's probably not gonna be a very attractive moment for me. But here's the box, the tube in, and it says the first thing is to fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. Fill the tube until your saliva, not including bubbles, is at or just above the wavy line. It's easy, less than a quarter of a teaspoon, it says. Okay, well, let's see. I hope this is as easy as it's making it seem. Okay, so it's to here. So here's the tube, and it's set, there's like a little line here. So it'll spit to there. It's already got a little filter thing in here. So for a second I thought it meant spit all the way up here. I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then I think I use this, which is called funnel. And I think this liquid needs to go in here somehow. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna spit without off camera so it's not gross. Okay, weird thing, maybe you'll get stuck on this, is I've just done it. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit gross, but there's lots of like bubbles. So, and it says don't overfill, but don't include the bubbles. So I don't know whether to start again or to keep going until the like liquid, which is there, is above the line. Unsure. We'll inform what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see, but I've got it just to the line, but there's lots of bubbles on top, so I hope that's okay. I'm not sure if anyone else has had the same concern, but I'm sure it's fine. But there's like a lot of bubbles above it. This is a bit gross, isn't it? Just looking at my spit. Ugh. So the next step, replace the funnel. So this is the little funnel that just easily comes off with the cap. So screw it off, and then it says, screw on the enclosed cap tightly to release the solution. That will stabilize the DNA in your saliva. Tighten the release stabilizing fluid. You will know when it works when the blue solution from the cap has emptied into the tube. Okay. Okay. I've done it. It's on. Do I do something else? Screw it on tightly. Right, it's on pretty, I don't think I can go any tighter. You'll know it works when the blue solution from the cap has emptied. Have I done this right? Oh, I really hope I've done this right. Has emptied into the funnel. It's on as tight as it will go. Am I supposed to do something else? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a minute and just see if anything happens. Oh, the solution went in. So I think it takes a little bit of time. Okay, great. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds to ensure that it's mixed. Okay, there we go, that's 5. Okay, all mixed together. And then place in the bag and mail. Easy, easy, great. So I'm just gonna place this into the collection bag, pop it into the box and then send it off. Okay, a little bit confusing, a little bit, but generally pretty easy. I'm just spitting into a tube. Yeah, all fine. Hopefully the bubbles are okay, but nothing we can do now. So it's back in the box, in the bag. I'm slightly worried that this can just like easily open, like in the post box. I might put a little bit of tape just around the side just to make it a little bit more secure. I'll say I think that was easier than I thought it was going to be, because it's literally just your saliva, isn't it? It makes me laugh like how it actually works. Like, it's mad. From just this, what's coming out of my mouth, you can figure out a little bit more about my heritage, which is interesting. So I should get the results in 6 to 8 weeks, so I will let you know. Okay, so this is basically all the results that I got with the Ancestry. It took not as long as I thought. It only took about like 3-4 weeks to come back, so it came back quite quick. As I said, I was doing I think it was a 3-month trial with Ancestry, which was good. It gave me enough time to do everything, so I don't know if I would actually pay to keep doing the Ancestry, because your tree stays, it doesn't go after the 3 months like I thought it would. So I've kind of just stopped after the free trial and I like finished with the DNA. The DNA I think gave me a little bit extra time as well, from memory. I think it gave me like a month or 2, or maybe like a discounted membership for like a month. Just enough time to kind of like add the bits from the DNA to the tree, because it sort of connects you with other people who are matches, which is pretty cool. I think that's one of the best things about it. Here's basically everything that I discovered. So here's my page, and firstly we've got your DNA report, ancestral regions, ancestral journeys, matches and traits, and then they did an update recently as well, so that's why I was like, I'll wait a little bit of time first just to show you what the update is, because I knew it was coming and I thought maybe it'll have a little bit more on it. So if I click view your DNA results, here's what comes up. So here's what you get basically. You find out your regions. So mine is, I was really hoping for something super exciting. Like maybe it would connect me with a place that, you know, I love Scandinavia. So I was like, oh, maybe there's a reason that I really love Scandinavia. Like maybe there's something going on there. Nope, nothing. No. England, Ireland, Scotland, and 1% of the Baltics. So here is sort of the regions. You can click on them for more detail, and it tells you here. So that's sort of where they think, I think. So what do the colours mean? So on average, people native to this area get those percentages. We estimate your region by comparing your DNA to DNA samples from groups of people whose families have lived for a long time in one place. So we've collected samples from people whose families have lived in the same area for generations. We use their samples to create a unique genetic fingerprint for this ancestral region that we compare to your DNA sample. So I'm gonna go with that. I don't fully know what that means, but if we're trusting this, it tells you a bit about the place, which is nice. And then it kind of tells you the percentage of your origins here. So I had 53% England and Northwest Europe. So maybe a little bit of Scandinavia, actually. You know, there's a bit of Belgium, a bit of France there. So kind of there, that area. And it tells you a little bit about it, which is, I think, is pretty cool. Ireland, 32%, which isn't a surprise, as all of my grandparents were Irish. So I'd been very surprised if there was 0% Irish there. So there's also sub-regions. So if you click on it, it's also got some sub-regions there, which is cool. Oh, this is like a beta version of something. So even smaller, more specific regions. They're sort of trying that out. That's really cool, and it's sort of connected with other people on my tree as well. Nice. And then if we go back again, I had 14% Scotland. So it can range from 8 to, so it's not necessarily 14, it could be more or less from that period as well. And then, as I said, we've got the 1% Baltics, which I think is the most exciting, because the rest I was kind of like, okay, maybe Scotland a little bit kind of surprising, but not too much. It can range from 0 to 1%. Have they just thrown this in there to make me seem more interesting? Yeah. So they're the colours of that. That's the first bit. You get your regions. You can then click on journeys, and it kind of gives you the journeys, which is cool, of some people maybe from your tree as well. And if you click on it, you and other people with this journey are linked through shared ancestors. You probably have family who still live in this area, who lived in this area for years, and maybe some relatives who still do. I actually do have relatives who live in Queensland, Australia, so that was interesting. We've also got Munster and Ireland, which came up a lot, that sort of area in my family tree. And then you also get, and I also got northwest of England. I should have said already, I already live there. This is where I live now, but a lot of places I'm connected to seem to be in this area, which is not surprising, seeing as I live there now. And then there's also this by parent bit. So you can kind of search your journeys, search your chromosome painter, and your ancestral region by parent, which is cool. I think this is locked now. This wasn't locked when I was doing the trial. So this is locked. I was on this actually beforehand. So this must be locked when your Ancestry goes off, but I don't really think makes sense because you paid for the DNA. So I feel like all the DNA data should be available to you. But you know, you gotta make your money somehow. What else do you get with it? So then you've got your matches. I probably won't show who the matches were because it means nothing to you, but I've got some matches, some people who are on my family tree, some people not on the tree, a lot of cousins, you know, no secret siblings, which I was kind of like secretly hoping for. You like, imagine that story, you know, you found a secret sibling or a secret sort of like, I don't know, close relative in some way, auntie or something. That was quite surprising. But the only first cousin I have is someone that I already know. So not sure if that's much help. but at least I could add her more clearly to the tree. But it gives you loads. So all of these people apparently are matched through my DNA, which is really cool. So I share 7% DNA with my close family of the top one, 2%, and then less than 1% DNA I share with 1,349 people, which is crazy actually. Then there's also this thing called traits as well that you get. So you can unlock more traits, but I've got some here that's like, I don't know what this is really about, to be honest. How does this work out? There's a picture of me. Being a morning person or a night person may be linked to the time of day you were born. My DNA suggests that so I am a morning person, but how? We compared your DNA to the DNA of 770,000 people who answered a question about whether a morning person or not. Okay, so they're kind of like, this is maybe a little bit not to be taken super seriously, but from some of their research, they're trying to see if there is a relationship between maybe DNA and some traits. So apparently physical balance, I've got more. Leader, less likely. More determined, I'll say that. Physical strength, naturally less strong. Hello. Nap taker. You see, I don't take naps, so I've never took a nap in my entire life. Maybe I should try that. Yeah, I've never took a nap. I just feel like I physically couldn't. Anyway, here's everything that I got with it. I think my favourite part of it was when I was subscribed, I could match people more easily to my tree, which was nice. And I liked that relationship between the tree and the DNA, which was cool. I think a lot of it comes from who else has done the DNA with Ancestry. So even if there is someone or something really exciting you want to find out, the odds are they would have to have also done the DNA for it to match you up. I was kind of a bit, so this is nothing to do with Ancestry, but I was a little bit like, about the regions, maybe something a bit more exciting, but that the journeys are a little bit interesting, maybe from, you know, Australia, and I kind of expected the other two already. Do I think it was worth it? It's a one-off thing, so if you're really interested in maybe finding something out, then yeah, why not? It didn't take up a super amount of time, and it was quite fun to find out. Don't know if it was necessarily worth that price, but sometimes they do deals as well. Let's see if they've got a deal on at the moment. If you do the DNA thing, is it just going to take me to my summary? It is. I don't know how I don't know how much it is at the moment, but sometimes they do deals and they like add it in with a membership, or they like add a membership free or something for a little bit, or you get the, like, I think the traits is an add-on to unlock them all, which is maybe a little bit like, I don't know if that's worth it. Something about health as well I remember seeing, but I can't see that now. I don't know if that's gone from when I was doing it. Do more with your DNA. See, take DNA survey, general health. I remember them saying something about health. You could like add to see if you can like check for health things early on. And obviously health anxiety, I was like, oh, what's this? Can you detect kind of illnesses? But yeah, that's my DNA story. Ancestry, you know, is cool, a bit of a novelty. I've never really had an interest in a family tree before, but I think the thing I enjoyed the most is chatting to my parents, obviously, who are alive. Not obviously, they're alive. And it was really nice to talk through sort of the family tree with them, and that excited them a little bit. And it was nice to talk through things that without them, I never would have been able to do with the tree, because it's quite faffy and it takes a lot of time. It's not like something you can just quickly whip up. You've got to really like look and see if it makes sense, and then I had to speak to my dad and my mum a lot to sort of see if that relationship was the right relationship and stuff. So yeah, that was my experience with it. Bit of fun. Yeah, if you want to do it, do it. It's I'm not going to recommend it or not recommend it. I was maybe a little bit underwhelmed with my DNA results, but is that on Ancestry or is that on just the look of the drawer, I guess? I think maybe I would have liked a few of the features to stay open longer. I didn't realise that the parent one closed, because basically you can see one half of your parent side and the other ones and the story of that, which was really cool. I think the best part of it was, for me, matching people to my tree through the DNA, because it's almost like this is definitely the person because we've matched DNA. And I think if it's more than, the ones I was more excited about were obviously the ones that were more than maybe 2%, because everything else was like less than 1%, which is maybe a bit more ambiguous. But I don't know, I'm not an expert on it in any way, but it was a bit of fun. And I can tick it off my 30 for 30 list. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know, have you done your family tree, if you're interested in doing it? And if you've done a DNA, have you found out anything a little bit more interesting than what I found out? I would love to hear that. Subscribe, Ease with John. And yeah, hope to see you all soon. Bye.